Alright, what is up everybody? GWalers here back with yet another video. This is my predictions or my wish, I don't know, something in between those predictions and wishes for what I believe will be or should be the 5 DLC characters that should appear in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, as you all know, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has 74 characters, and they're, one of the first DLC characters will be the Piranha Plant coming out in February, so I already made a little slot for him, and I made 5 extra slots for 5 extra characters. You guys can practically tell, if you guys are good enough, you can look at and see exactly who these 5 characters are already. It's kind of no big surprise, no brainer right over here, but these are kind of my predictions, my wishes for who I would like to see as the 5 characters in Smash Bros. Ultimate. And as Sakurai has said, none of these characters will be Echo Fighters, so these are all 5 original fighters with original movesets. So let's get going on right with the list. I did a lot of Photoshop work, as you can see. The main menu doesn't really have doesn't have a third CPU spot and stuff like that. So, you could tell where I sort of like messed up a bit and stuff. Either way, let's move on to the list. The first character is quite obvious, Gino. There's just kind of a lot of evidence going towards Gino being a character in Smash Bros. Or just any Square Enix character in general, because I was talking a lot with my roommate, and he told me that Square Enix characters Square Enix does not really like to have their characters appear in the roster, but they like to have their characters appear as DLC characters, and they're usually the first DLC characters to come out. Now, I know that wasn't the case with Cloud for Smash Bros. 4, but I do feel like this could be the case for Gino. This probably won't be in any particular order. Gino may or may not be the first character to come out, but I feel like Gino could be the first character that they reveal in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and that would be actually really cool. So I have no idea what Gino's moveset would be, though. I have played a little bit of Smash Bros. Legacy XP, so I got a little bit with like the shooting star mindset and like the astrological moveset for Gino. I have no idea what his final smash would be, and I've never really played Mario RPG, so I don't know a lot about Gino, but I know a lot of fans will be liking to have Gino in the Smash Ultimate, so that could be very interesting. Next up, we have one of my personal favorites, non-Mario choices to make Smash Bros. II from Super Monkey Ball. Now, guys, if you don't know, Super Monkey Ball is a fantastic game. It's kind of like I would say a platformer of some cases, where you gotta get from one end to the other, but it's like a top-down view, almost more like a third-person view, where a monkey is in a giant bubble ball, and they're just rolling themselves down to the end of the stage, and it's a really fun game. You guys should try it, either 1, 2, or Junior. I had Junior, and I'm really looking to try 1 and 2. But they're really fun games. II could probably be inside his ball the whole time, and he could have a lot of movesets in relation to that. I just think II would be a lot of fun, especially adding another Sega rep to the game would be really cool. The next character choice I have is Excitebike, because Nintendo really likes to have their NES games, their NES fighters, and I do feel like Excitebike could be the way to go. I mean, they did have Duck Hunt for Smash Bros. Wii U. They have Simon and Richter coming from Castlevania, which was an NES game, or originated as an NES game, and the Ice Climbers came out in Melee, Game & Watch came out in Melee, all that sort of stuff, even though I know Game & Watch wasn't an NES game, but still, classic games. I still feel like Excitebike could make for quite a unique moveset for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I have no idea what he would do, because all he does is like ride his dirt bike around. But with Sakurai, making Rob and Mr. Game & Watch characters, I do think he can make a moveset for Excitebike. Now, we also have one of my personal favorites, the person that I actually requested in the Smash ballot, which I know ultimately didn't matter, but King Boo. King Boo is, oh man, I feel like they could just do so much with him, especially with them in Smash Ultimate. Hyping up Luigi's Mansion 3 with the trailer for the Castlevania characters, and Luigi with the new Poltergust and the new mansion and everything. I just feel like having King Boo, adding him to the roster, especially maybe being one of the earlier characters, would make a lot more sense, just because Luigi's Mansion 3 I think is coming out around May 2019 if I remember right, and having King Boo in there to hype up the game, especially if he is the main boss again, would be fantastic. And I do think there could be a lot of movesets with King Boo going along with his little boos, and maybe with the help of the other ghosts. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can do with King Boo with teleporting and all that sort of stuff. So I do think having King Boo in Smash Ultimate for DLC would be amazing. Now the last character I have, he's kind of not really like a wish for me, but you know, it's kind of like a wish for all the fans of Super Smash Bros. Especially because, you know, I never really played any of this character's games, but I know that there wasn't really any other character to top off the Super Smash Bros. DLC and have this sort of impact on the fans like this guy does. Banjo-Kazooie. You know, I just felt like he had to be in this game. I was debating between Banjo and Rayman, but I felt like Banjo would have had a much bigger character reveal trailer and a more impact on the fans and a much better reception from the fans of Super Smash Bros. And I think overall he could just top down Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as, you know, the defining character that ended it all and ended the character roster. So I feel like Banjo-Kazooie could be that one character that does it, that has that impact on the fans, like I said before. And I don't know what his moveset would be. I know he would. I feel like it could kind of be similar to Duck Hunt in a way that he uses the bird as the way that, you know, the dog uses the bird in the Duck Hunt duo, and, you know, kind of a similar moveset to that, but not exactly, because, you know, they gotta reference their game. So I feel like there would be quite of a bit of a moveset that represents the Banjo-Kazooie games, which, you know, I gotta get on. But, you know, whatever. I do still think Banjo-Kazooie would make a fantastic last character appearance. And now, that is who I predict would be the 5 main DLC characters for Super Smash Bros. But I've got one more thing I need to show you. Yes, guys. Here we go, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Dream Roster. I'm giving you, each of you that are watching that want to comment down below, the chance to fill in this roster with whatever characters you would like. You guys, each of you guys watching this video right now, please list down your top 5 dream characters that you want in Smash Bros. That aren't in Smash Bros. Ultimate yet, and put them down below, and I will put all the characters, or the most requested characters, into these slots, into this 129 character roster. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of work to put all these characters in these slots, but it's going to be a lot of fun just to see what everybody comes up with. I'm probably going to add a couple of my additions for who I want and a couple of my friends' additions if I ask them. And it's just going to be a lot of fun to put together. So guys, if you're interested, please list down your top 5 dream characters in the comments below, and I will look through them and see which ones are the most requested and the ones that should make that could have the best chance of making my dream Smash Bros. Roster, and it will be a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment if you're interested in helping me out with this, and yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching my DLC predictions for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This has been GWalers, signing out.